Hey everyone, I'm back again with another video, and this one is a two-story video, so be sure to stick around for the second story as well. The first one is titled, I Want Advice on My Wife's Idea to Fix Our Marriage After She Cheated. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. So let's get right into it. I recently learned that my wife cheated on me about 1.5 years ago. My wife and I have been together for nearly 4 years, married for 2. January 7th will be the 4-year anniversary of our first date. On December 26th, we were doing a Zoom game night with 3 other married couples. We were playing Never Have I Ever. If you don't know what the game is, it is a drinking game. One person says something they have never done, and anyone who has done it takes a drink. It's a fun game that can lead to some funny stories. One of the women, let's call her Amy, said what she had never done. I am pretty sure this was meant as a joke. I haven't talked to Amy since this happened, but I don't think there was any intention or maliciousness or anything like that. Amy said, never have I ever cheated on my spouse. Remember, there were 4 married couples playing. If you guessed that my wife took a drink, then you are correct. Everyone laughed and shrugged it off as a joke, even me. Several people made jokes about it, and I even said something like, I guess we're getting divorced in 2021. The game night continues as if the incident was forgotten, and it didn't get brought up again. Literally everyone seemed to think it was a joke and didn't give it a second thought. But I noticed a slight change in my wife's manners. After the game night, I questioned her and she tried to dismiss it, but I kept asking. She seemed visibly shaken. Eventually, she admitted that she cheated on me a few times during the summer of 2019. She said it was with only one guy and she's not in touch with him in any form and she feels really bad about it. The guy was an employee at her company but worked on the West Coast. We live on the East Coast. And he was in the town for a couple of weeks for some project. While she was working late, she went back to his hotel room a couple of times. When the project was over, he went back. Apparently he's married with children back there. My wife is no longer at the company. She lost her job due to COVID situation. But I earned plenty of money, so there was no issue. She was doing some freelance stuff online, but she has pretty much been a full-time housewife over the past year. It is difficult to completely describe her emotional state over the past week, but she seems to be quite a wreck. She's constantly apologizing and begging me to come back to the main bedroom. I've been sleeping in the guest bedroom. She tells me about all the ways she has tried to be a better wife over the past year because she realizes what a mistake she made. I will admit, we don't have disagreements or anything anymore. I guess I didn't notice it, but she doesn't get angry at me about anything anymore. Like I said, she has been a great housewife, cooking and cleaning and everything. She lets me relax after work and she has been initiating intercourse frequently, often just performing oral if I feel too tired. I definitely feel like we have been having more intercourse and she doesn't seem to have been a more caring and attentive partner. While I feel numb most of the day, I get these waves of anger and hatred like I've never felt before. Now, to my question at hand, she has been begging me every day to give our marriage a second chance. I don't know if it's relevant, but we don't have any kids. The house belongs to my parents actually. My father made a fortune in real estate. A lot of my financial assets are already pretty well protected due to some help from my father's accountant, so I'm not too worried about getting a divorce, but I have already reached out to my lawyer. My wife keeps coming to me with different ideas on how to fix the marriage. A couple of hours ago, she suggested opening the marriage on my end but keeping it closed on hers, and that this could continue for as long as I need it. I've been sitting here having a drink or two and it sounds like it's worth a shot. What's the worst that could happen? I'm tempted to get her to agree to it on video. She has even said she will help me find women. I definitely considered her offer, although she wants me to do marriage counseling at the same time. I just don't know what to do. Has this worked for anyone? It sounds tempting, but also that it's too good to be true. And the first comment says, your wife cheated on you multiple times less than a year into the marriage. I suspect you're getting the trickle truth. She's been trying to make it up to you, it seems to me, not because she wants to be a good partner, but out of guilt, which doesn't seem sustainable for that long. She's offering a half-open marriage, but I'm not sure how that fixes anything. If you wanted an open marriage, that's fine, but a half-open marriage will probably result in making you feel like you're doing something wrong and her resenting you for it. It sounds like one of those things she proposes out of guilt to show you how committed she is, but would be upset if you actually took her up on the offer. My suspicion is that you'd eventually get is an open marriage, where you think it's only been on your side, but she would do what she wants in secret again. She'd justify it to herself by saying that it's an open marriage, so she should be free to do what she wants to. The fact that she's unemployed, you provide financial security, and that in a divorce she wouldn't get a payout probably plays into it as well. What, within her, convinced her it was okay to cheat? And how can you have any reassurance that it was the only one time that it happened and that it won't happen again? I predict she'll start talking about having children as soon as she thinks your relationship is on a firmer ground, so it won't look so obvious that she's trying to secure your commitment. And the next commenter says, solid and spot on analysis. And the next story is titled, how does she do it? How does she cheat on me with so much ease? Let's get right into it. Hi, a long-time lurker here. This is my first post, looking for some advice to get over my cheating wife. My wife and I have been married for over 11 years. I recently discovered that she has been cheating on me for months with an ex-colleague. She was laid off a few months ago due to COVID, but my freelance job is still on and I make enough. Yesterday, she went out in the afternoon stating she just had to get out and see her girlfriends. I have been suspicious for a while now, so I go through her phone when she uses the bathroom. It was laid out in horrifying detail. Him telling her he reached the restaurant, her replying to him to order appetizers, her even sending money to him to cover her part of the bill, etc. He left the restaurant to check in a nearby motel and messaged her when he had, and she followed a little later with a bottle of vodka and a six-pack. Later that night, she messaged him, "You are so naughty," and him replying, "So I guess you liked it better this time, huh?" I took pictures of all of these conversations. I did not disturb her the whole day. My stomach is in knots though. I could not even think of her being this horrible person. We have had a good marriage, a few arguments here and there, but nothing significant. She has been a great wife otherwise, and an excellent mother to our twin boys aged 8. It was amazing to watch her go through her nightly routine as if nothing happened. She came back with burgers for herself and the kids. I told her beforehand I would have a homemade salad, tucked them in, came to the bedroom and applied her usual night cream, and laid down and asked me what I did since she was gone. I managed to mumble an answer, asked her about her friends. She told me a made-up story and turned to her phone. I guess that is when she sent him the naughty message. She's preparing breakfast now. We woke up about an hour ago and she hugged me with a breezy morning and went to brush her teeth and wake the kids. I am so numb. I cannot believe she cheated so blatantly and now acts as if nothing has happened. I am off to meet a lawyer later today to begin the separation process. I just cannot get how shameless she can be. I will follow his advice as to how to rip the band-aid off, but I want some insight into her thinking. How does one be so calm, so nonchalant, and act as happy? I am getting angrier by the minute. And the OP has an edit for us. A few folks have mentioned, if you're thinking of getting a divorce, I am, no two ways about it. She has repeatedly cheated on me and our children, so there will be no coming back from it. I will seek one-on-one therapy when all of this is done and dusted, and possibly for our kids too. I know whatever evidence I have is sufficient, but I cannot help thinking that there are other men involved, and to make a water-weight case, I will try to get more evidence. I am meeting a lawyer in a few hours and will see about having a female lawyer from his firm present me, but that is just an afterthought, really. She has said that she might head out again tomorrow. I have a feeling her girlfriends are complicit somehow. My heartfelt thanks to everyone who commented, liked, as well as reached out via DM to comfort and motivate me. The advice I have been given here is hugely useful and I will definitely benefit from it. Thank you everyone for your good wishes too. A small work-related problem has popped up. I will not be able to meet the lawyers till Monday morning, but I will ensure that I meet them as many as possible and will proceed with the rest of my plan after. I have been documenting everything, including money transfers from me to her since we were married, safeguarding documents, and making inquiries for a PI. It will be a few days before I can update you good people, but I will definitely provide an update before too long. Again, thank you. Before we get into the comments, just want to let you guys know that the update post was removed by the moderators, so I wasn't able to get you guys the update. But here are some comments. Sorry you have joined our club. You're experiencing a catastrophic mental wound. You have to decide when and how to confront her. And the OP replied, thanks for the comfort. I will confront her once I have all my ducks in a row. It may not happen soon as I want to gather more evidence. And a reply to that says, that's excellent, OP. For the moment, you can invent an excuse like you are getting cove symptoms and do not want to spread to the family and move to another room in order to concentrate better. And the OP replied, I have been working from home for years, so I have a dedicated office home and set up in a different room. The kids and her know not to disturb me when I am in there. Looks like I will be there for a while anyway. And the next comment says, as someone who has just recently ripped the band-aid off myself, let me give you a very important piece of advice. One that helped me immensely. Stop giving a F. When I discovered my soon-to-be ex-wife's infidelity, I went from broken and sad to angry to indifferent within a matter of days. Indifference is where you want to be. If you're like me, there is no second chances from cheating. So worrying about the why and how is meaningless. It will bring you no solace or satisfaction. Your focus should be on your kids and getting all your ducks in a row. Do all your lawyer tells you, and once you have everything squared away, and when you have the divorce notice in hand, that's when you confront her, not a moment sooner. Presented with every shred of evidence you have to tell her, and tell her you want an uncontested divorce. Otherwise, everyone you know will reveal said evidence to everyone, friends, family, her work, everyone. And when she begs and pleads for forgiveness and says, we can fix this, don't buy it. Be steadfast and unwavering in your resolve. She made the choice to append your marriage, now you make the choice to append her entire life. And the OP replied, thank you. That is precisely what I'm about to do with my lawyer's approval. Still wild hot, but not angry here, but working hard, really hard on not showing it. Sorry that you had to go through the same situation yourself. I might reach out privately if needed later, hope that is okay. And the next comment says, good for you for keeping your cool, OP. That was a great strategy by not showing your hand. Also, very decisive in scheduling an appointment with your attorney. So far, everything is spot on. OP, you are like many men, including myself, you refuse to just be a doormat. Betrayal is a boundary to you that was crossed. You're way too good for her. She's not worthy of the standards of a man like you. When she is served, she will realize she has taken an S in her mess kit. It's game over for your soon-to-be ex-liar. Good luck, my friend. And the OP replied, I simply cannot express how difficult it is. My hands were shaking when I was taking the pictures of her chats with that SOB. I had to take a picture twice because the first picture was a blurry mess. I was reading all the texts again in the toilet and I could just feel the bile rise. Later, when she hugged me by the kitchen cabinet, I gripped the handle so hard it hurt. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any of our future videos, and be sure to comment below what other subreddits you want me to cover.